All right, so all you need tonight, you guys, is your stretch strap. One that doesn't have resistance is almost nicer than one that does, like a resistance band. This one has no resistance to it, so when I pull into it, it doesn't go anywhere, and that's kind of nicer for this. I'm just going to straighten that out. So we're just going to find our feet in parallel sits bones, abs gently engaged, and just start that little rocking back and forth. Drop your shoulders, give it a little no on the neckline, and just think of zipping those abdominals, dropping the shoulders away, and finding that base foundation. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Think of connecting and drawing the abs up and in. And then just leave your feet nice and solid, holding your band quite wide. Bring it up. Bring it all the way around. So right here for my arms, my shoulders are a little tight. I'm going to widen that out and bring it all the way around to the back. When you get it to the back, just turn your wrist. So we're going to rotate, bring it all the way back up and bring it down. And let's just do 2 or 3 of those, finding our breath. Inhale as we come up. Exhale, pull all the way around, rotate. And go again. Inhale, open. And exhale, bring it around. Just one more time. So you're not looking at a big, massive stretch here. You want to allow both shoulders to fold equally. And one more time. Open it. On this one, roll it down to the floor, you guys. Bend knees, hips, ankles. Drop your tailbone and go as deep as your body will invite. If there's a little lateral rotation, go for it. Start to peel up vertebrae by vertebrae. Reach that strap. Bring it all the way behind you. And then keeping it behind you, roll all the way down. That is a little harder to balance. Slowly come all the way up when the arms are behind you. Bring it all the way back to the front. Roll it one more time into that full passive squat down to the bottom. Booty goes low. And then gently roll up. We're going to do it one more time to the back. Open it. Take it all the way behind you. Roll vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring that tush as low as you can. If those heels lift, that's perfectly fine. And then slowly come up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Leave the strap here in the center. And I'm just going to turn it an angle here. So I'm going to reach my hands behind my back a little bit. And then lift my heart slightly. And then exhale, come back into connection. Reach the arms, so you're getting a shoulder stretch. Now let's go into thoracic and cervical and get a little extension. And then bring it into neutral. One more time. Arms go. And then dive as you lift the heart. And on this one, find a lateral rotation. Come all the way down. Keep your hands on the floor, shins or quads. And just give a little bit of movement. So let's get some mobility happening in the knees, hips, ankles. So I'm spinning it out from left to right. Go ahead and come right up on the ball of your foot, drop that knee down, and get that full mobility from left to right as you pivot. Then go ahead and drop the heels down if you're able to. Peel it up vertebrae by vertebrae, and just leave your arms dangling as you stack to tall, rolling the shoulders nice and strong. Come down into a bit more of a squat position, but house a little wider than sits bones, and find yourself in a nice strong squat. So we're just going to do a little cat-cow here. So I'm nice and strong. On the exhale, I'm going to round my spine, and inhale, just bring it down. And right now I'm just holding my strap around my spine. Inhale, squat. Go 2 more. Round as you exhale, finding that hollowing or angry cat sensation. Inhale down. One more time, nice big rounding, and bring it down. Now this time, round it up. And as you come into the squat, reach your arms away. Find some power. So we're going to pull the arms in as we round, squeeze the glutes, and then inhale as we squat deeper. Couple more. Exhale, round as you come up. Inhale and down. And 2 more. Exhale, round. Inhale down. And one more time. Round it up. Bring it down. Stay here. Bring your arms down a little bit. Teeter-totter forward with your weight. So you feel your weight shifting forward. If you're okay with just that forward shift, stay there. If you can lift the heels a little bit, let's find a balance point. So little lift, little lower. So it's nice and small, just those baby lifts. Nice. Let's go 4 more. Think of still drawing your shoulders into your back pockets. 3 more. And go 2. And last 1. Now stay with the heels slightly lifted. Slowly rise to tall. And then lower the heels. Give those legs a little wiggle. Bring your feet back into parallel sits bones. Reach the arms up and let's go side lateral. So if this is too wide, hold a little bit tighter on this one. and go all the way off to one side. Pull your bottom hand perpendicular to the top hand, reach both arms, and push your hip out to the side. Take a peekaboo to the floor, and really think of taking that pinky and slicing through the air as you reach away. Let this arm drop, and give some circles. Really big inhales, exhales into the side lateral. Now grab that band or that rope, pull down a little deeper, and then go ahead and fold all the way to the front. So you're in your hundreds position. Curl to tall, give a little wiggle, shake that off. Again, reach it up. Take it over to the other side. Pull the bottom in, reach the top hand out, lean your hips in opposition, find that lateral flexion in your spine. Let go with the hand, go ahead and stir the pot. Let your shoulder go nice and loose. Inhale, exhale. Stir the other direction a couple times. Sneak that hand back into your strap. Pull down a bit, getting a bit more flexion, and then slowly rotate down through like you're in a hundreds position and roll it up. Roll those shoulders. This time hold the strap in your hands as if you're pulling it apart, but again, there's no tension. Bring that into your waistline. Let's get some rotation here, you guys. So inhale, I'm gonna rotate. Don't let your pelvis go. And with that hand that you're rotating to, take this backhand, give yourself a little more extra pull. Look over that shoulder, cut the room in half with your vision. Bring it back to center. Rotate the other way, nice and tall. And then give a little pull, go an extra distance, and bring it back. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, rotate. Pull a little deeper, rotate a bit more. Exhale, center. And last time, inhale, find your rotate. Hold it. 1 more breath, go a bit deeper. Bring it all the way back. Beautiful. Take yourself wide, and let's do some figure eights. So reach it up. And what we're going to do is come down big into a squat. Take your one hand over top, find lateral flexion, find a little extension, almost like a little matrix, and then come all the way down and circle. So if you want a bit more resistance and a bit more stretch, bring your hands closer. Bring it all the way around, and then spiral down. 1 more time. Inhale. Give me a little extension to the back, a little lateral flexion to the side, and let's unwind. Spin it, pull, lengthen, big inhale as you come around. Exhale, spin around. 1 more time. 2 more times, I lied. Lengthen it, get that full mobility happening in our spine here, you guys. Trying to invite all the movements that the spine kind of does. 1 more time. And then we're going all the way to the front. Go ahead and bring those heels right down and go back into that little mobility down low. Just curling from left to right on the feet. Inhale, exhale. Leave the strap down there. Slowly straighten out your legs. Turn your feet into parallel sits bones and just let yourself dangle here. Slight bend in the knee and give me just a gentle rocking, kind of like a ragdoll. So my knees are slightly bent. And I'm just giving a little twisting of my arms from left to right. Now, if this is tough, you can put your hands on your shins or quads for support, right? 1 more breath. Grab your strap there and drag yourself vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up. Give a little roll into your shoulders. Beautiful. And go ahead and take that strap, place it at the very front, and let's move to the back of our mat. Actually, I'm going to go the other way around. For the microphone and for my angle, I'm opposite of what I usually do downstairs. So it's kind of messing with my brain. Come to this end, reach it, come around the corner. Your strap is just in the front. Come down to your hands and feet, walk it out all the way down to the knees. You're in your 4-point stance. So this is the first big curl. We've gotten into the toes here, and we're going to weight load it. Sit back for a little bit of those pins and needles. You guys stretch that out. Good breath there. Watch your ankles aren't rolling out to the side. And then come off of them a little bit. Let's do it 1 more time. Exhale, press back. Put a little extra weight. Now, if the extra weight's working, you want a bit more stretch. Come up and heel into or weight into the heels so you feel the stretch of the big toes. Now, if that's too much, come out of it, right? And we will get our stretches going, just not yet. Hinge forward, hands to the ground, uncurl the toes, give them a little paddle out. All right, so let's go into our cat-cow, guys. Roll it up, big exhale, round your spine. Sit back with your booty towards your heels. Reach your arms what feels too far forward. Feel that little pull into the lats. And then inhale, come back into your angry cat. Exhale, go through your neutral into your cow. Vision tailbone is lifted. Nice big breath here. Let's go again. Drop your tailbone, progressively roll the spine as you find angry cat. Inhale, sit back into your hips. Feel that extra little stretch there. And then bring yourself all the way forward into angry, and then go through angry into your neutral, through neutral into cow, and then find your neutral again. From here, let's find sternum drops. So my elbows are not moving. I'm moving through my scapula. My spine is neutral spine, neutral pelvis. My abdominals are drawn in. Just find a nice casual breath here. Inhale down, exhale, push away. Go 2 more and push, and 1. Now stay in the push away so you're nice and strong between those scapulas. Turn your toes under, bring your knees in a little bit, and let's do short plank 1. Lift an inch, hang out. Right, let's hold for 5, 4. If this is hard on the wrist, you can go down to an ottoman on your elbows. 3, 2. Come out of that, uncurl the toes, lean back, give your wrists a little roll. Couple inhales, exhales, just kind of relax out the wrist line. Put the hands back into place. Come back up nice and strong. We're going short plank 2. Curl those toes, shoulders down and away, lift an inch. So from here, all I'm going to do is march one leg up without pressing my hips to the sky, and then bring it down. Exhale, lift, alternate, inhale down. Exhale, lift, inhale down, and lift, and down, and lift. Leave them both down. Lift the hips. Let's find our first down dog, you guys. Press it down into your elephant or down dog. From here, I'm going to walk my feet farther away and just prance into my heels. Just getting a little activation into the calf line now. Shoulders away from the ears. Pot the floor so the front of the toes are getting stretched out. Entire toe joint is mobilizing, and you're pushing those heels. Now, if you're able to, push the heels down, drop a little deeper into the shoulders. If you can't get the heels down, lift them and bend the knees. That's okay, right? If hammies are getting in the way. Nice big breath here. Rise up and come all the way forward into a full plank. So right now my hands are too far back. I'm going to step them forward, and then I'm into my full plank. If you need your knees down, go ahead. Otherwise, pouncing cat here, you guys. So we're going to go back and forward. Now, if you want the knees down, this is what it's going to look like to modify, right? Knees to the ground, still moving my hips, knees, shoulders. If I'm feeling good, slightly supported spine, those knees come off. Let's go 4 more. And 3, draw those abs in strong, guys. And 2. And 1, stay in the forward for me. Lower the knees carefully, uncurl the toes, and slowly bend your elbows as you gently bring yourself down. So I'm going to start on the elbows, floppy push-up, find a gentle lateral rotation of the legs, shoulders down away. Let your belly go, let your abs go, let your bum go. Come up, just getting a lower back stretch. So the focus is lumbar mobility here, right? So I'm not in swan and lifting, I'm allowing that to release, and then gently come down. So if that back is fairly tight today, you're just going to do little minis, right? If you're able to come a little higher, go ahead. Get a bit more movement into your lower spine. Remember on this one, we're not pulling the abs up and in. We're actually inviting the movement into the spine. Beautiful. Just 1 more, getting that gentle movement. Only come as high as what feels comfortable. You're going to feel a little compression on this, but don't go crazy with it. And then go ahead and bring it down. So let's find Sphinx to warm up those muscles. Find your legs slightly laterally rotated, open as comfortable. Put your arms in 11s and stack your shoulder underneath your elbow. From here, pull your shoulder blades down into your back pockets, retract them down. If you're okay with it, lift up those abdominals a little bit stronger. Try not to butt squeeze. And then bring your headline looking straight to the room in front of you. So versus looking at the floor. Now, if that bothers the neck, go ahead and look at the floor. Even if you can, you're not lifting any higher. Think of pulling your shoulders by pulling your hands in towards your waist. Not literally, but that sensation of pulling in that direction. And let's find a couple really good breaths. Inhale and exhale. Think of trying to retract your shoulder blades behind you. 1 more big breath from you guys. And then push a little weight into your palms just as you take those elbows out to the side. Give your booty a little wiggle from left and right. Take your hands to your side and press back. Widen out your knees and push down into a wide-legged child's pose. Wiggle it from left to right. And then we're going to come back up into a little bit of pouncing cat, but single leg work. So knees come in tighter. Hands go what feels too far forward. Tuck your tailbone, come forward, curl the toes. Up we come into our plank. So we're nice and strong. So I'll start this with the knees down. If you want the knees up, stay there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and pull in. So I'm kicking the leg out and I'm pulling in. Now, if I'm feeling okay, I'm going up here as I do that, right? So I'm going bigger into my movement if I'm able to. If I don't want to be up high on the wrists, I'm down on one knee. I'm going into a little bit of flamenco here. Exhale out, inhale forward. Let's go 4 and press and 3. Use your breath and 2. On this last one, we're going to drive that moving leg all the way between our hands. Take a hand off as you do it. You might have to inchworm a leg forward. Find your fingertips, lift up your pelvis a bit, find power in your legs, and bring yourself up. So the natural movement is to bring the chest all the way up. Keep it leaning forward so you feel your glute and hamstring, and let's just press into that. Push forward and press away. If it's working for you, you can start your arms. If you're feeling really off balance today, go ahead and hold on to the wall, a foam roller, a stick, something to kind of help you find a bit more balance. Go one more time, and then stay halfway down. Wiggle this back leg in a little bit. I tapped you in the sternum bone, stand tall. Little tuck of the tailbone, pull down to the floor, come up. Down and up. Let's go 4 and 3. Nice and powerful. 2 more. Stay in the down. Give a little tuck of your tailbone, and then reach the arms. From here, bow and arrow to the back leg. Rotate and center. Exhale, inhale. So if that's tough, you can stand a little taller, right? If you can get a little deeper with that shin more parallel to the floor, do so. Let's go 3 more. Exhale, 2. Don't let the pelvis move. And last 1. Facing the front, lower the knee, uncurl that toe, and let's go ahead and stretch into that front hip. So if this is feeling good, you can put your hands and lift your heart. If it's still working for you, you can grab that back leg. Now I've overstretched my hips, so I'm going to actually come out of this stretch and let you guys hold it. I want you guys right in there. I'm avoiding that stretch for right now. It's not a happy place in my body. So if you can reach one, reach the other and lift, go right ahead. Take a couple cycles of breath. And then take that front leg, laterally rotate it out, and let's get into a little gecko here. So your hand can go down. If you're feeling good, your elbow can go down. Hand goes on the opposite knee, and you can rock side to side here. Get a little bit more open through the side to side movement. Inhale, exhale for me. Hand goes back down, bring that foot back into parallel. Push those hips behind and find that little hamstring stretch. Point and flex on that front foot, you guys. Inhale, exhale, and then that whole sequence we're doing on the other side. So both hands to the front of that leg. Bring that leg all the way around. Find your 4-point stance. Curl your toes, and we're going to find your down dog. So go ahead and lift. Find your down dog. Give a little stretch here. Inhale, exhale. Walk your hands to your feet. In 4, 3. Watch your shoulders aren't creeping up. On 2 and 1, we're fully in. Look through your legs so your neckline dangles. Bend the knees, fold the spine, and come all the way to tall. Big breath up, hands down, center heart. So we're going to walk right out again and go into the opposite leg, right? So roll it all the way down, walk it out to full plank or to your knees, 4, 3, all the way out in 2 and 1. So remember, if you want the knees, drop them down. I'll start with the knees down. I'm going to pull the leg in, press it away. So my first movement is keeping my knee down, but I'm still shifting my weight. If I'm okay with that, I pull in and I kick out, right? Inhale, exhale. You are coming up on the ball of the foot as your weight shifts forward into a single leg plank. Let's go 4 more. And 4. And 3. Nice, you guys. Last 2. This time when that leg drives forward, we're going to put it down there and take a big step forward, right? If you need the knee down for a brief moment to find your balance, go ahead. Otherwise, the leg stays up. And then you lift up. So lift your torso a little bit, lift your pelvis a bit, and then lift your body to greet. So we're still leaning forward like a long torpedo. Lean into the leg, push away. Lean into the leg, press away. Once you have your balance, go ahead and start the arm pattern. So we're pressing and coming up. Let's go 4. So that focus is on that balance, that glute and hamstring of that front leg. And that back ball of foot is up on the ball of foot, so you're really working the balance component. Stay here, bring your back leg in a little bit, tapped you in the sternum bone, stand tall, small little rib hip. So watch, you're not going to kind of go in J-Lo booty, little hip here, lower, lift. When you're ready, you can start the arms. Watch your knee isn't going super far forward on this one. If it goes a little bit over the toe, it's not a make or break. In mobility, we get there. Try to keep it a little more in line with the ankle on this one. That first straight leg lunge, we kind of like it going forward. Go 2 more, exhale, inhale, now stay down. Give me a small tuck so you're nicely connected. Reach the arms, bow and arrow to your back leg. Exhale, inhale. Now if you need to come higher, go ahead. If you want to go a little lower, go ahead. Let's go 4. Cut the room in half with your vision. Keep your ASIS facing the front. Rotate the rib cage, right? Go 3 more. Go as deep as you can here, guys. And 2. Exhale, 1. Center it. Bring that leg down. Uncurl those nasty toes. Push the hips forward. Lift the heart. And in this one, you can go into that stretch again. One arm, both arms. If you're okay for bind, and I'm okay on this one, you can go ahead and grab and open that chest, whatever feels good for you. Always be aware of kind of what's going on with your body, right? We don't want to dig into what's giving us a few little issues. Couple inhales, exhales. Slowly let yourself come out of that. Push out, laterally rotate out your front leg. Come to the hands as you pull your hip forward. If that feels okay, go down to the elbows. Get a little deeper into that. Still okay, you can push that elbow or hand into the knee, and we're going to do a very modest rocking left and right. If you're okay, you can gecko and peekaboo up to the sky. Find your inhale, exhale. Bring your hands back to the front. Go parallel with the front leg. Hinge your hips back. Let's find hamstring. So here you can go point and flex on that front foot if you want to. You do have your strap here, so if this is difficult, you can actually come higher and just pull, especially if you've got anything going on in the back, right? You've got the strap. Always bring a strap to class, pretty much. Point and flex. There's many things we can do with it. Take both hands to the inside of the front leg. Bring that leg all the way around. We're going to curl those toes and find our little down dog. So one more little paddle. Paddling from left to right. Get some movement in those hips. Let them sway from left to right. Walk your feet to your hands. Bend your knees as you need to. In 4, 3, all the way in at 2 and 1. You're at the front of your mat. Fully bend your knees, drop your tailbone, articulate your spine. Roll it up, give a little wiggle. Find yourself in your passive squat position. We're just going to sit down, roll once, and then stay seated. So grab your strap when you go down. So come all the way down, grab that strap. One little roll like a ball, and up onto the tush. Beautiful. So go ahead and take your, go heels together, toes apart on your positioning, and take the strap on the back of the feet. And then hold it kind of like reins on the inside. So it's kind of on the heels on the inside. From here, keep your knees nicely bent. And we're just going to do a little sacral rock. So we're going to roll off our sits bones. Feel that stretch. So you're anchoring and you're allowing that to give you a deeper stretch. And then pull into those arms a little bit and sit tall. So we're finding a little bit of down, exhale, roll, diamond roll back, a small variation on it. And then inhale and lengthen to tall. Go 2 more. Exhale, scoop and roll. Inhale, go to tall. And one more time. Scoop and roll. Inhale, grow to tall. Now scoop and roll part way back. Bring your heels off the floor. Beautiful. Here's where you might need to grab a little closer to your feet. So I'm pretty close to my feet with my hold. And I'm going to roll like a ball. Don't kick your legs, tighten up, increase your C in your spine, and roll and balanced, which I didn't do a very good job of. Exhale, inhale. Try not to put those feet down. Exhale, inhale. So the way we initiate the movement is we crunch through the abdominals a little tighter. We try not to throw our head back or change the distance between the heels and the bum and the knees and the shoulders. The movement is spinal and muscular through the abs. One more time. Roll it back, come all the way to tall, and just take that band off as you stretch your legs out. So go ahead and scoot yourself back on your mat a little bit so you've got some more space to work with. We're going to do some roll-ups. You won't need this, but just put it across your belly. If you know in roll-ups, you get a stick point and you have to kind of jump in the legs, have your knees slightly bent as you do this, or that small little towel underneath your lower back. Yeah, Crystal, that little towel closes the kinetic chain if you want to use it. So we're going to scoop off the tailbone and round it back. Now, if you're okay, you can take your hands over your head. Inhale, cervical knot. If you're feeling tight, go ahead and bend the knees. Push that grape down into the floor. Round yourself up. And then at the top, go ahead and straighten the legs, fold forward. Here's where there's a tendency to reach too far. Fold your elbows and reach through your spine. Inhale, start to roll back. Bend the knees if you need to, guys. Vertebrae by vertebrae, lengthen it over. Inhale, cervical knot, big breath out. Come around the corner and fold. Now you've got your band there, you've got your strap. Go ahead and use it if you'd like to. I'm going to roll it down. I'm going to pull it like I'm pulling it apart. It has no elasticity, but it closes the kinetic chain on that shoulder girdle a little bit. Let it come over. Don't pop your ribs. Inhale, watch that as it comes around the corner. Big breath out. And then I bend my elbows and it softens. 2 more. Stack the spine as you go back. Exhale. Inhale as it goes over. Watch the rib pop. Inhale, cervical knot. Big breath out. Exhale. Come around the corner and fold. We just have 1 more, guys. Inhale, start to roll back. Exhale, finish. Lowering the spine. Lengthen. Find neutral. Inhale, cervical knot. Squish your back down. Round it up. Fold it forward. And then stack to tall. So if you've got not much space at the bottom, scooch down your mat a bit. Bend your knees and then stretch your legs out into what would be extended corners of your mat. Reach your arms out and go ahead and take the strap and hold it. So I want to be quite wide. I want to be quite wide with my shoulder arms position. Not straight arms, but slightly bent. Shoulders down and away. I'm going to inhale, rotate. Don't let your pelvis go. Sit tall. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate a little bit more. See if that back hand, you can pull yourself a smidgen more without rocking off your sits. And then all the way back to center. Shoulders. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Cut the room in half with your vision. Inhale, rotate. Give an extra little pull on the backhand. Exhale, center. If this is really hard to sit tall, sit on a block, right? Inhale, rotate. Sit tall. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Give an extra little pull. Exhale, center. One last time, guys. Inhale, rotate. Be very mindful. One leg doesn't get shorter than the other. Last little rotation, the leg on the direction I'm turning to, that's the leg that'll get shorter if I'm shifting my pelvis. And slowly come out of that. Bring your feet, grab behind your legs, just leave your strap over your belly, and just slowly roll that down. If you want a headrest, go ahead and grab it. I didn't bring my headrest upstairs today. Find your feet in parallel sits bones, and we're just going to find the arms first. So same thing, quite wide, so that your arms go over your shoulders or over your head without feeling you're impinging through your shoulder girdle. So find your rib cage connected, find a neutral spinal alignment, feet are down. Inhale as the arms go over, exhale as you fold them to your thighs. Inhale over, exhale to thighs. Think of drawing the abs up and in. We are going to bring the legs up into tabletop, so leave your arms reaching to the sky. Find a slightly supported spine. Knee fold one, knee fold the other. Watch, don't pull your knees in, right? Brick wall in front of your quads, and then a little bit of space. So I'm going to toe tap one leg while my arms go over, and then bring it up, and then toe tap the other. As you bring one leg down for toe tap, don't pull the other knee into your chest. Pretend there's a brick wall in front of it. Keep it nice and still. So I'm going to inhale, toe tap, exhale, connect, inhale, toe tap, exhale, connect. Now working for you, extend the leg out. I tend to go to point flex on my feet just so I don't get crampy. That's up to you. So as I straighten one leg, I'm flexing the foot and then pointing the foot as I bring it back in through the ankle joint, right? As you load and unload the spine, don't pop the rib cage. You shouldn't feel your waistline or your abdominal section shifting and moving. Go one more time on each. Exhale as you open. Inhale as you close. So we're going to go down in 4. Nice and slow, double leg, bent knee. Down 4, 3, don't pop those ribs, 2, and 1. Drag it up slowly, 2, 3. So great place to test the waters on how equally you're going down. As you go down, if you can get to the toe tap. Now, if you're shifting your pelvis, don't go to the toe tap. But if you can, touch both the toes at the same time, but also touch the knuckles of your hands at the same time, and then slowly come up. Try to get them to touch at the same time. So you're really moving as symmetrical as you can, getting some feedback from which hand or foot goes down first. One more time. Lengthen, open, 2, 3, little touch, and in, 2, 3. Fold one leg down, fold the other. Let your arms go above your head and just bend your elbows. Give me a little windshield washer. Let your hips move from side to side. Inhale, exhale. So we're going to get a little bit of bridge work right from here. Get a good rocking. Let your pelvis move here, you guys. So when you come to one side, lift the hip, right? I'm coming across, I'm lifting the hip. I want some activation through that lower back. And then find yourself back into sits bones parallel. Let that strap go over top. If you have a headrest, flick it out. Hands are just down for now. And we're just going to do hip rolls here. So starting at the pubic bone, take an inhale. Tuck your tailbone, roll your spine, and extend into your bridge. Feel those glutes squeeze. If you want it a little harder, reach the arms. A little more awareness, take that strap into your hand again. And then peel it down vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's go again. Roll it up, lengthen it, and roll it down. And the arms are just reaching. They're staying very static. The shoulders are pulling down and away. One more time. Hip roll up, big inhale. And exhale, hip roll down. So this time, widen your legs just a little bit more than usual. A little wider on the floor. Yeah. And then roll your spine up and internally rotate to touch your knees together. And then open the knees. So when we lift our bum, we're going to push our knees together. When we lower the bum, we're going to open legs into lateral. So it's internal and external rotation of the hip and socket. As we're going up and down, the arms are still reaching. If I want to make the arms a little harder, I'm going to put them above my head. I'm going to try to imagine I'm pulling that strap apart above my head. So I'm staying in my shoulder blades. My ribs are connected and I'm going up and down in bridge. So the articulation now is no longer. We're hinging up and down. Try and get your knees right together and squeeze that booty when you lift to the highest point. Let's go 4 more and 4. And down. Exhale, 3. The down is a flirt, right? And 2. Now squeeze your knees right together so you're knock-kneed. Press your bum to the sky. 8, 7, 6. Squeeze that booty on and off. 5, 4. Nice. 3, 2, 1. Open the knees. Peel the spine down. Let those hands come down. So we are going to go into single leg work, but we're going to get a little rotation first to make sure QL is open. Reach your right leg, bring up your left leg. Take your right hand on the outside of the left knee joint. Over you go. Look in opposition, relax your bottom butt cheek, and look away into that stretch. Couple good breaths there. Inhale, exhale. Remember, the bigger the breath, the more stretch you're going to get out of it. And then slowly derotate. So these are just a little bit of tease to get everything mobilized. Stretch out the other leg, bring up the knee, opposite hand over, and over you go. Stretch and look in opposition here. We are going to do flamenco 1, 2, and 3 for a bigger stretch in hamstrings after we do some unilateral. Really big breath here. And then derotate again. Get those feet nice and close into the bum initially. Leave the strap down. Let's just find our positioning first. Roll it up into high bridge if you can keep it there. Now, if your feet are too far out, it's going to be really hard to lift your heels. It's awkward. So your feet are quite close in. Not so close that your knees are over your toes, right? Kind of find that happy medium. From there, lift your heels, lower your heels. Lift your heels, lower. So traditionally, this is done in a neutral position. If you feel your lower back firing, drop your bum down a bit. Give me a little bit of a supported spine and then continue just to give that back a bit more of a bracing with the abdominals. Now, if this is feeling good, take wide arms and just push like you're doing a bench press to the sky. Press it up, pull it down. Let's go for 4. Just those calf raises. 3. Find your big toe, second toe, third toe ray. Don't roll out on your baby. Now keep your heels lifted. Keep your heels lifted. Lower the bum, lift the bum nice and small. Let's go 5. Little butt squeeze. 4. Heels are lifted. 3, 2, 1. Leave it part way down. Lower the heels. And let's go into marching. So bring your feet in a little closer together. Lift one heel. Doesn't matter to me which one. Bring that leg all the way up to march. Bring it all the way down and relax. Let's do the other side. Lift the heel. Find connection on the left. Bring up the right and bring it down. So once you have that and you're not dipping your hips from left to right, go ahead and start a marching. So my arms are going to go in opposition or at the same tempo as the legs. So as my leg comes up, my arms come up. As my legs go down, my arms go down. So it's lift and lower. Let's go 4 and 3. Zipper up those abs. Last 2. Now in this one, I want you to keep your left leg up in the air. If you're okay, you're going to straighten it. That's going to be harder. If that's not good, go to toe tap. From here, I'm going to open and bring it up. I'm going to flex as I push it down, point as I bring it up. Let's go for 5 and up. So our bridge number 3, but we're doing a few more repetitions here. And go 2 and 1. Cross this leg over into 4 and pulse your bum up. 8, 7, squeeze your glutes. 6, 5, arms are reaching, maybe above the head to make it harder. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Let the strap relax. Keep the 4 stretch. Grab underneath the knee, and let's get a little deeper into that 4 stretch. Here you can rock left and right. You can take one elbow, push into the knee a little deeper, whatever feels good to find the stretch here. And not to roll your tailbone off. You're trying to lengthen your spine so you're fully connected to the mat. And then slowly come out of that. Both heels nice and tight. Again, not so tight that your knees are way over your toes, right? From here, because otherwise your angle is kind of funky there. Roll it up, abs engage, and let's start the heel lifts again. Double heel lift. Once you have that, you can reach that strap to the sky. A little harder will be stabilizing over your head. Don't rest it. Be active over your head. Almost like you're trying to pull this apart so that you're feeling a little connection into the shoulder blade. Now lift one heel and lower and lift the other. If I looked at my hips, I shouldn't see them swaying from left to right. I shouldn't be hip hiking. Now go ahead and let's work on the one leg. Lift the heel and bring it all the way up. Keep it there. Reach the arms and let's either toe tap and come together or straight leg, down and up. I'm flexing to go down. I'm pointing the ankle to come up. Open and close. Let's go for 5. Push into the leg that's on the ground. Find that butt cheek. Squeeze your hips up. 3 and 2. Nice. Last one. Keep everything reaching to the sky. Cross that leg into your 4 and pulse your bum up. 8, 7. So this butt cheek, and you've got this hip a little higher than the other one. You're really isolating that glute. You have a small twist. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Let the strap relax. And let's go ahead and find a deeper piriformis or lateral rotation stretch here. Again, you can push into one hand, grab behind the knee and pull in, whatever feels good. Couple little cycles of breath. Our reset's going to be our tabletop here, guys. One more nice breath. Unpretzel yourself. Grab behind your knees. Use that to roll it up. You can leave the strap just over your belly. Point your fingers in the same direction as your bum. Now, if you've got really tight shoulders, maybe out towards the sides of the room, but not jammed out on locked elbows, right? Heels in fairly close to the bum, but same thing, not so close that when I lift, my knees go over my toes, right? So you can make sure there's not one foot farther in front of the other. And then go ahead and lift and find your tabletop. So right now, my feet are too close in, right? So if you've got your screen on, you can see that. Go ahead and see if your hips are too close in. Hold here for 4, 3, get a good deltoid stretch. 2, and 1. Bring your booty down. Let's go 2 more. Exhale and press. If your neck is okay, look to the sky. If that bothers the neck, keep your chin tucked in. 4, 3, squeeze the butt, lift the hips. 2 and 1, lower it down. We've got 1 more. Big breath. Exhale and press. Little squeeze on the glutes. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and gently bring that down. So we're going to go right into lateral. Take that band and just put it off on the sides. I'm going to put it behind so that you don't have any kind of vision that's impaired. And I just want you to reach long on the side of your body. So come right over onto the side. Ideally, this arm is reaching long. We don't want to poke the head up. That's a flexion in the spine. We want it nice and straight. If you can't go here, reach it and put a pillow or something underneath your headline. Stack your legs on top of each other. If this is difficult to balance, bend your bottom leg, or anchor your toes. The farther out, the more balance, the closer, the harder. Or if you're okay, stretch both legs, lift them off. Hovering here, lift, lower. You got it. Imagine a guide wire in that front hip so that you're stacked straight on top. If you can take that top hand and get rid of it, go ahead and take it off. Rib, hip. Nice and square. So you're lifting up your bottom rib cage a bit. Go 4 more in theory. 3. And go 2. I'm also point flexing the foot, but that's totally optional. Go ahead and leave that leg reaching and give me some circles. So side leg lift series 2 is our little circles. If you need your fingertips down, go ahead. Try not to weight bear too heavy into it. And then circle the other way. Vision is straight forward. Don't roll back on your butt like a kickstand. And just kind of circumduct or circle that hip in its socket. Now go ahead and reach both legs actively. Lift your top leg. Lift the bottom leg to greet it. Lower it down. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Staggers. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Now lift both. 5, 4, 3, squeeze, 2, 1. Now pull your legs into mermaid position. So I'm pulling in and I'm going to use a little momentum to bring me up. Find yourself in a nice little mermaid. Try and get this hip dropped down, right? So we're nice and solid into our hips. If that's difficult, put a pad underneath, right? From here, I'm going to rotate, place this hand down, rotate my spine. As I rotate, I will lift my hip off. Both hands down. I'm going to do a little tricep push-up. Working for me. 1 hand goes behind my back. Still working for me. 1 arm reaches. Still working. You know you can kick that leg out and bring it up. Or you can kick it out and leave it out there. Much more aggressive on the back. Your choice. I'm going to keep mine coming in. Again, my hip flexors are a little miffy. Watch as you fold down. Don't round. Try and think of lengthening and staying in that neutral or long spine position versus flexing the spine. So your back extensors are turning on here. Let's go 2 more and lift. And last 1, all the way out. Tuck this heel in towards your booty. Drop that hip. Lateral flexion in opposite direction. Rotate down. Back to lateral. And then come down on your elbow. So if you know you're pretty bony on elbows, wrap your mat, and then put your hand down. You're going to notice here, my elbow is slightly farther out than my shoulder. I'm going to bring my legs in, and I'm either going from knees, or I'm going to stagger and go from feet. All right? They can be staggered or stacked. That's up to you. But with that, you need that elbow slightly out, because when you press up, you'll push out a little bit. And now I'm straight in line. So from here, I'm either in a plank from my feet or from my knees. And just hold, finding those side obliques. Working for you, up comes the leg. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot goes down, hand comes down, hips go down. Keep the legs reaching out. And I just want you to do a little oblique lift. So I'm lowering and lifting. So right now I'm doing this very soft with my knees and my quads down. I'm going to activate. I'm going to bring the knees off now and move my rib cage. Or not my knees off, my quads off. Still working for me. I'm going to reach my legs out stacked and I'm still going to lift, side sit up. 5, 4, choose where you want to go. 3, exhale, 2, and 1, and down. Mermaid in, unfold that whole sequence, other direction. Bring your legs all the way around, reach it nice and long. I got something funky going on with the hair here. Go ahead and reach it long. I can have bent knee, anchored, out or close. Close is harder. Or both legs reaching actively, right? Watch not rolling back on your hip. You should feel your right up on your hip. If you're really bony, put a pad underneath that. Go ahead and lift and lower. So my bottom leg is slightly off. That does not have to be the case. You can keep that leg down. Having it slightly lifted turns on that inner thigh a little bit more. And here we're definitely keeping the knee and the hip facing forward. So don't rotate this hip so you use your quad and your hip flexor. Use the side booty here. We're getting glute me, glute min. Side leg kick series 1. And let's take it into our circles, into side kick series 2. Nice little circles. Reach those legs actively right out of your hip socket. Pull your abs in. Let's go 3. Exhale, 2. Find your breath. And 1. Let's go the other direction. 4, 5, 4, 3. Reach those legs. Find energy. 2 and 1. Now keep the legs reaching actively. Lift the top, lift the bottom to greet, lower both. So what will tend to happen is when we lift the bottom leg, we'll roll back on our ass cheek. Try and stay right up. The other thing we do is we lift our ankle, we sickle our ankle. Get your inner thigh there, right? Get your inner thigh up. Inner thigh comes up. Let's go. Lift, lift, lower. 2 more. Should feel your obliques. Oof, right there, helping it. 1 more. Lift, lift, and lower. This time pull in and use those legs to press you up into your mermaid again. Go ahead and put a pad underneath the hip if that hip won't go down. Otherwise, just take a moment to settle those hips down and then rotate. And as you rotate, you will lift that one butt cheek off. The hand comes down. Here I can have both hands down. And again, don't round, come down neutral. Or one hand in the small of my back. Or I can reach it. When I reach it, it's heavy. It makes it harder on the tricep and the back extensors. And then I can start to kick that leg, right? Kick it out, lift your heart, pull it in. If I want to keep it reaching out there, I can. Again, I'm not going there. But if you want to reach and keep it out there, please go ahead. Down and lift. Let's go 4 more. 4. Put some weight into that one hand where your tricep is. 3. And push away with that tri. 2. And lift. Last one. Come all the way up. Tuck this foot in closer to your butt cheek. Drop your glute down. Side lateral. Rotational. Slide lateral. And all the way out. So we're going into that lift on the elbow, right? We're doing the hold first. So fold. Make sure you move this way on your mat, especially if you're going from your feet. So that way your feet are not on the floor. Because when your foot's on a hard floor on the side, it actually is quite uncomfortable. Or I'm a wimp. It could just be that I'm a wimp. Stack your knees. I have my knees slightly folded forward. So when I lift my hips, I'm actually going to pull my pubic bone forward. So I am in a straight line still. So if I want to do that from the knees, I can. Or I'm going to straighten the legs and then press up. I can stack. If I'm okay here, the arm goes up. Still okay, the leg comes up. I'm really think of someone holding my waistline, lifting it to the sky. This shoulder's down and away. I'm going for 5, 4. Nice strong breath. 3, 2. Foot down, hand down, hips down. Beautiful. So now we're going to go into that little waistline. So right now that waistline is just sort of dripping. I'm keeping this quad and hip down, and I'm just going to lift and lower. Find the rib cage lifting up, right? So once you've got that little sensation, if that's where you want to stay, stay there. Or go back to being lifted onto the knees and lift the rib cage. A side sit up here. Again, that's working for you and you like it. Stretch one leg out. Stretch the other leg out, and you've got a string lifting that waistline to the sky. 5 and 4. Choose where you feel comfortable. 3, yet challenged. 2 And one, bring it down and bring it all the way in. Relax. That's a really tough one on the stabilization of the shoulders. Unfold, and we're going into some extension. So go ahead all the way over onto your belly. So I'm just going to take the microphone off. When my head goes down, sometimes it muffles it. Beautiful. So we've got the strap, which is beautiful for our double leg press, or sorry, our double leg kick. So I'm just going to put that strap in the small of my back. But I just want to wake my back up first again a little bit more. So we're going to come to that lazy floppy Mackenzie extension exercise again. So I'm not turning my glutes on. I'm not pulling my abs in. I'm just nice and lazy. And I'm just going to feel where my spine will go now. So I'm coming much higher than I did at the very start. I feel a little bit more warmth in that back. I can get a bit more movement. I'm not doing swan. I'm not pulling my abs up and in. This is a lazy Mackenzie extension exercise. It's a physio exercise. So I'm only going to come as high as I do not lift my pubic bone. And I do feel a little bit of compression in my back, but the idea is to earn some movement in the back here. And then gently come down. So let's make that more connected. Reach the legs actively. Hands come back a little bit. Elbows stay down. Let's do our swan. Push the marble with your nose. Draw your abs in. A little bit of connection in the glute. And then press as you come up. Here it's a little more powerful. Maybe your pubic bone will come off. And then slowly come down. We're just going to do 2 more there, you guys. Go ahead and push that marble, lengthen, draw up. In this up position, glance one direction. Don't let your shoulders go. Yeah. And then come all the way down. If you feel your hands are posting too far forward, bring them a little closer to your body. My thumb is in line with my shoulder. Press that away. Draw your abs in, lengthen up. Take a peek the other direction. Bring it back and lengthen it down. Turn one cheek all the way so your ear plugs into the floor. Grab your strap. I want you to practice 2 things to see where you need to hold the strap. The first thing you're going to practice is that your bird wings can flop to the ground, right? My shoulder goes totally forward, my bird wings come down. And then I'm just going to practice stretching those arms behind. So if I can't get my arm totally relaxed, I need to relax off where I'm holding. If I can interlace my hands and still get that, and then stretch with my hands connected and not use the strap, go ahead and do that. I'm just going to use the strap tonight. So from here, when my cheek is turned and my elbows are relaxed, I'm going to pull my abs in, flex my feet, and punt my bum for 3. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Point the toes. Imagine a bungee cord from hand to feet, and you extend in the center. Watch not lifting your neck. Turn your cheek the other way. Pull the arms in, flop the elbows down. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, reach. Turn the cheek. Inhale, 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 exhale. Again, turn the cheek. Inhale, 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 exhale. Couple more, guys. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Pull your abs up off the floor. Don't push your belly into the floor. One more time. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, stay here. Lower your legs, and then just lift and lower through the shoulder girdle. Try and keep your chest line lifted. If this is feeling okay, go ahead and lift your feet just a little bit, your quads nice and long and straight, and move through the shoulders. Let's go 4 and 3. Actively turn on those glutes. 2 and 1. Strap in the small of the back. Push back into child's pose, beach pose, whatever's feeling good. Round the spine. Whatever recovery feels natural for you. Take a few inhales, exhales there. And we're actually, because we've got the straps tonight, we're going to get a little extra stretch to our hamstrings. Couple little breaths, and then just roll yourself up. Just put your strap off to the side. Bring your hands nice and strong. Curl the toes. Let's just get a little down dog there and just play a little bit with the heels pushing down. Booty sort of going and a swaying from left to right. There's no right or wrong. You guys know me. When you get into a stretch, play. Slowly walk your feet in towards your hands. Bend those knees and give me some ragdoll. Just let everything drip down. Let your head relax. Cycle the breath. This is really tough. Bring your elbows up to your knees, right? Or quads. One more big breath. Let your arms gorilla and slowly drag it up. Roll those shoulders. and go ahead and grab your strap. Come to the top of your mat, and let's just give one more big booty squat. Roll it, and just stay down there. So you can roll up your mat if you want a bit of a headrest here, you guys. Take your strap, place it around the arch of your foot. Now, if I'm tight, I'm going to keep this knee bent. What I want to do is keep my arms straight. Tendency is to yank with the arms. I'm going to get really tight in the shoulders. Roll up and grab as close as you can in that little roll up, and then roll down as it gently pulls that foot in towards you. If you're feeling okay, stretch out your base leg. If this is still okay, you can pull it a little tighter. The idea here is to not pull it tighter by bending the knee. So if you have to have your leg way out there to have a straight leg and you feel the stretch, that's where you keep it. That's why we're using a strap. If you've got the flexibility to still keep the leg straight and pull it in closer, go ahead. Don't bend the knee to achieve this. Point and flex through the foot. Breathe as you go. Then you're going to take it with the same hand as foot and take it all the way over to the side, nice and slow. Now, if you need a block underneath your quad or something, go ahead and place it. If this hip pops up, we're not going to stress that. This is more about a release stretch than it is, ooh, I got to keep my pelvis perfectly in line. Just let that stretch occur. If you want a little point and flex on the foot, go ahead. Focus on slowing down your breath. So inhale for 4 counts, maybe exhale for 8. Sadly, it is a yin yoga type exercise or movement pattern. Sorry, Darwin. I know how much you love yoga. Slowly bring that leg all the way up. Opposite hand goes to the other side. You know me, I'm about the science of it though. Pull it up and in, and over that goes. Rotate and look the opposite direction. Try and relax your bottom butt cheek. Roll the shoulder open. Get a twist in your spine. Couple good breaths there. Bend the knee to come back up if you need to. All right, that's a lot of torque on your back as you bring it back up. Slowly bring that leg out. You might notice that hip's hike. Don't worry about it. Just wiggle it, find it center. If we were doing circles Pilates-wise, I wouldn't want you hiking, but we're just stretching. Right, so we're allowing some movement. Roll up, find yourself connected. If you're okay, you can straighten the base leg and then sink into that. You're going to exaggerate the stretch by point and flexing. Try to avoid pulling your arms to get the stretch, bending your elbows. Try and walk up to your foot as far as you can and keep your arms fairly straight. It's just a stronger position. If that's too much stretch on the hip flexor on the base leg, bend your knee. I am bending tonight. I'm trying to stay out of my hip flexors as best possible on my left today. Grab it with the same hand as foot. Take it all the way off to the side. So you're pulling it up and off to the side. Breathe into that. Again, if your hip flexors are fighting you from getting into a stretch, keep the other leg bent. So when I bend this knee and I soften it, I'll stay out of my front hip flexor more than if I would if I straightened the leg. Now, it feels good and you want to straighten the leg, go ahead. Couple breaths there. Inhale, exhale. And then slowly bring it up to center. Opposite hand, grabbing that. And again, this one, it just feels best to have the leg straight, the base leg, and then lift and rotate. Look in opposition. Try and relax your bottom butt cheek. Couple good breaths. This is our last little hamstring stretch, guys. One more big breath. And then you can bend the knee or bring it over straight and just de-rotate the spine. Again, you might be quite crooked. Go ahead and straighten yourself out a little bit. Get rid of that strap. Knee fold one, knee fold the other. Use that to roll up. And let's take those feet all the way around. Find your 4 points. And then find your last little down dog stretch. So I'm just going to prance here. Do whatever feels good for you. Stretch out that posterior line. And on this one, we're going to walk our hands to our feet in 4. Be mindful here. Don't come on the fingertips. Get your palm of your hand down so you're strong. Bend the knees if you can't do that, right? You want the full hand down there. Let your head dangle and then slowly stack it up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Big breath at the very top for me, guys. Nice strong inhale up, lift the heart. Hands down center hard, give a little booty wiggle. And we are done.